I tend to like visualize what our life could be together and like fall into la la land because we spend so many hours together and it's perfect and like. How do I get rid of this thing? Please help. Hello, welcome back to Lovers Lounge. Yes, it's that time of the vlog, and this one is gonna be a little bit quick, so make sure to grab your drinks, grab your snacks, get cozy, and let's get into it. Today we're talking about don't drink and date. Yes, guys, they talk about don't drink and drive, but I'm telling you not to drink and date. So what made me come to this conclusion about not drinking and dating is because I had to ask myself, why is it that I feel like I need to be drinking in order to be comfortable with the person who I'm supposed to be like vulnerable with and intimate with? Realistically, if I'm trying to get to know this person and if this person is trying to get to know me, we should both do it soberly. What I've realized in the past from my past experiences is that when I drink on a date, I try to overexert myself, get like showcase like just kind of like a facade and like not like a real spectrum of like who I am. And then I feel like I have to keep up with those expectations like going forward. Like I always have to be like peppy and happy and positive Patty, even on the days when I don't necessarily feel like that. Then I decided to like ask myself, why is it that I decide that I need to go like for a drink? The questions that came up were, do I feel nervous to be myself? Am I putting them on a pedestal? Because why is it that I have to like kind of show up and perform to be this person and not just like show up authentically who I am? Why am I so nervous to be around someone that I'm supposed to be open with? I understand that nerves are normal, but tea also helps to just like kind of decompress and kind of like relax. I like also having the fact that when you're sober, you can really just be your authentic self, and you can also judge them authentically and see the red flags, really remember them and not like blur them over like an awkward moment or whatever. You can really pinpoint how it makes you feel, how they make you feel before, during, and after. Did you leave the date feeling happy? Did you leave the date feeling more anxious? Did you leave the date feeling good about yourself or not? And these things are all really important to really adjudicate and to figure out if this person that you're dating, especially during the first few dates, is the right person for you and if you should be spending time investing into them. And on top of that, I do feel like getting drinks on a first date is just a little bit boring. It's just like, I feel like Hollywood movies have made it seem like it's so much fun, but it's actually kind of boring, especially if like the person doesn't like come with energy and they need drinks in order to open up. It's kind of like, is that really who you are? Or like, are you like this because of the drink? And that could be for yourself or the person or both of you. Also, I feel like there's so much like childhood fun and wonder that comes from fun activities, like going to an amusement park, doing a cooking class, maybe setting up a picnic where you sip it and paint, but you sip on like sodas, or like non-alcoholic beverages. You could go to an art museum and grab a cup of a coffee on the way. You can go ice skating, especially now that it's winter time, it's Christmas time. You know, there's going to be ice skating rinks around. That could be like a nice activity. You could go for a hike. maybe like in like a public park first because you've just met. And it doesn't, I feel like also first dates don't need to go on for hours and hours. You've just met each other. Give yourself time to get to know each other. And then also for me, what I've noticed is that when I spend a lot of time with someone on the first date, I tend to like visualize what our life could be together and like fall into la la land because we spend so many hours together and it's perfect. And like it also allows for love bombing to occur because you're like spending so much time with them at like such a fast instance. So I really, really recommend that you don't drink and date. They tell us to not drink and drive. I'm telling you not to drink and date. Let's jump into our story of the week titled Worst Date. So I got semi-catfished. I, male, late 20s, met a woman on Tinder. She looked great in her pictures, but the real deal did not match. Thanks, Snapchat filters. So whatever, I can deal with that. I couldn't deal with what happened next. So we went to the bar. I don't drink, so I just had water. She, on the other hand, got an $11 drink. I paid. It's $11. Relax, it's not that deep. Anyways. Next, she tells me to get her another drink. So I do so, brushing it off. Three drinks later, she's wasted. I tell her I want to drop her off because it's 1 a.m. at this point and I had to work the next day. She then proceeds to take money out of my wallet, left it on the table when talking to the bartender, and buys a shot. I told her I'm leaving. I dropped her off, but she was so drunk I couldn't get directions out of her. And the whole time I was driving, she was trying to take the eggplant out. She was trying to... Worst date ever. Can't believe she would order someone to buy her drinks, then act like that. Had to vent. Ooh. On a child. I mean, I feel like we've all been there. We've all been on a drunk date. If you haven't, don't do it. Also, just because it puts you in like in a very vulnerable place, and like clearly he wasn't into her because like she was doing the most for him. But for other guys, they could have totally like taken advantage of that and like, you know, slept with you, which if you're both consenting adults, you know. But I guess there is also a fine line when it's like they're drunk, you're sober. Obviously you shouldn't do it, but like some people are just like, well, it looks consensual, it seems consensual. Also for me, I noticed that sometimes, which is also why I've really cut down on my drinking, but like quick story time. In October last year was Halloween and I got super drunk and I blacked out, and my friends were telling me like, dude, you did not seem blacked out. You seemed like completely fine. Like you were giving the taxi guy directions to their house. I slept over at their house because like we come together, we go together, bad boys for life. Ooh. So yeah, I mean, it just doesn't put you in like good predicaments. And so I feel like once you continue to get to know them, maybe like once you guys go out for like dinner, maybe have like a glass of wine, sure, but like if it's just strictly cocktails, it's kind of like, what's the end goal here? You know, like what's going on? So with that being said, let's jump into our angel card of the week. So I'm using my Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, and I'm just going to do a quick shuffle and see if anything either pops out or we shall flip the first one. We're discussing don't drink and date. Ooh, something popped out. What is it? Oh my gosh, romance like last time. Okay, wait, no, let me shuffle that again because like what? Let's do that again. Wait, hold on. We're talking about don't drink and date. Don't drink and date. Don't drink and date. Tell us what you got for us. What you got for us. Music. All right. Music makes the people come together. Music. The angels guide you to immerse yourself in beautiful music. Music lifts your spirit above earthbound concerns and elevates your thoughts to divine love. You, look at that. Still talking about love here. Love that. You have angels with you who want to help you through the healing properties of music. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to add more music into your life. They guide you to play soft background music while you dress, work, and play. They also ask you to whistle and sing often. You may have also drawn this card because of your own musical gifts. Have you felt guided lately to compose a song, participate in a musical play, join a singing group or band, or play an instrument? These inner nudges may be coming from your angels, who could see your God-given gifts. They know that your musical talents will help others, so they ask you to be an earth angels by expressing your gift of song and melody. I think music is also such an incredible tool for therapy for our nerves. I mean, we all listen to music on a regular basis, and it helps us get up in the morning, to get dressed, to have a good day. It helps us feel good. So maybe the next time you're getting ready for a date, instead of having a pre-drink at your house, why not put on a dope playlist, make yourself a delicious scrumdiddly yum yum mocktail, and just tap into the music and the rhythm of yourself, of your being, so that you can really shine on this date within your confidence and step into your truth. With that being said, thank you so much for tapping into this week's Lovers Lounge, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Don't you think like that?